What are you enjoying the most?
Rubbing my knees, ice, Advil, PM. No. This is where we started. I started in the theater right up the block. This is what I love the most.
This is an experience that I could probably do for the rest of my career, 8 nights a week, and I still wouldn't be able to dig deep enough in it. Not only just because of the material, but obviously because of the lead actor here and collaborators, and also because of our director and our cast. I think, to me, 8 shows a week isn't enough.
Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Denzel Washington and Jake Gyllenhaal are returning to Broadway this spring in the Shakespeare classic Othello, directed by Kenny Leon. It's a strictly 15-week engagement beginning on February 24th, and I caught up with them and the company here at Tavern on the Green.
Denzel and I have done 3 projects together, and he called me last December. Hey, I'm going to be free January 2025. You want to do something? I said, yeah, I make myself available. And then we started talking about a play. We talked about 2 or 3 plays, and then we kind of landed on Othello. I thought that he was it's the right time in his career to do it, the right time in my career for me to do it. And first thing he asked was like, well, who's going to play Iago? And I said, the person I would like. I've never worked with him before, but I've seen him on stage. I've met him before. But Jake Gyllenhaal will be perfect because he has the complexity and the courage not to just play a bad guy. He would find a humanity in it. And Denzel said, yeah, I like that idea. I called Jake up, had 2 meetings with him. He was like, I'm in. So now we're down the road, and it is probably the most challenging thing that I've ever done. It also is one of the things that I've been excited by the most. The one I feel so much encouragement from it.
Living in Kenny Leon's new version of this, what it's meant to the two of you. I know it's like your 3rd week of rehearsal or whatever. What it's meant to you as artists and just what it's going to present to a new audience.
It wakes up the play. It shows the brilliance of Shakespeare. It can be interpreted a lot. It has been interpreted a lot of different ways, and it's working. You know, we would know by now. I'll speak for myself if it's like, this ain't gonna work. But it's challenging because the rules are different, because of their cell phone. When do I use it? When do I don't? How does information get to you? So breaking down the script and putting it back together under these rules is exhilarating and exciting for the collaborators.
Absolutely. I mean, to me, also Kenny, I think, is what he does first is he says, how will I buy this? How will I be able to see this? How will I, what kind of posturing or fakeness will I smell if I put it here? Oh, no, I don't buy that. I want to put it here. So he found a space where he said, I can be most honest about what's going on in the world today while bringing themes of, that we've all dealt with for centuries to a modern audience. And I think he has decided 2028 and this context delivers the most amount of truth to an audience of today.
Kenny demands the truth every day, and I love that because we need. I need it. We need it. We need it. We don't need to be BS'd. We need to. We know what our job is, and he's taking it up. He's taking us up there, and it's like, okay, I got to go back home and rethink this, rework this, and I don't want him yelling at me.
Kenny is such a visionary. I feel like I'm really learning a lot about what the real truth of the play is like. It is a very raw piece. It's very honest. It showcases the good and the bad of every character. I don't think there's any heroes or villains in this play. So it's a very powerful piece about justice and about love and what that love can look like in a landscape of conflict and war, and what happens to the soul in a place like that. So it's intense, but it has a great pace to it. It is pacey. The amount of time that we have to tell the story it just keeps moving. So it is moving, ever changing, ever growing. It's very, very exciting.
I'm vibrating right now. I'm so excited because this is a chance to make it more relevant to where we are today. Why this story, why now? It's going to be revealed in a variety of ways. So for me, I'm in a 30-year cycle with Othello. This is my 3rd production of Othello. So I know this play so much in my heart and soul. So I'm very, very happy to be able to show it again.
There's nothing like the live experience. everyone in that room is experiencing something that will only be happening right then and there. And so, however the scene happens that night, it will not happen the same the next night or the next night or the next night. So that audience is viewing something that is only existing in that present moment. So there's nothing that can compare to that. And I think the ability to be a part of something like that with legends in the room, I mean, it's like pinch me.
Like one more week, then you go into tech.
I know, we're so close. And that's the thing is that once you can feel it's like my grandmother called it the smell the barn syndrome, right? Which is like you can feel that like, oh, it's heating up, people are about to come. And then once we get into that theater, you start to learn from the audience. You really learn where they're with us, where we've sort of lost them a little bit, where they're laughing, where they're crying, where they can't believe it, where they're sort of back-footed. So that's just another exciting level to add.
I was very starstruck for the first day or two. It took me 3 hours to even say hello. And to get to play Jake Gyllenhaal's wife, I'm like, I mostly, now that we've settled into it, I'm just really happy that I get to learn from them. They're both incredibly great, intentional actors. They're so curious. I mean, I have never talked about a play this in depth ever. You know what I mean? And I'm just learning how to be a better actor.
Having a production by Kenny Leon, who is all about the simplicity of how do we connect with human beings about something that is so precious as love and jealousy. And they're both two sides of the same coin, right? And so he just wants to get more and more and more clear. And so he says all the time in the room, we're taking the Shakespeare out of Shakespeare. So we're not going to add anything to it. We're not going to take away. It's just, let's just really rely on the text, on the story itself, and make that simple and clear, like an opera.